Hello students, welcome back. I hope you all are doing great. Actually your QABD syllabus is still have to complete. You might be knowing about this. The 4th and 5th unit of your syllabus is still pending students. And I'll definitely try to complete it as early as possible, inshallah. So today we are going to start our unit number 4, that is decision theory. So students, in this unit we shall discuss about what are the various methods that can be used to take decisions in a business. Okay, and we shall also learn about the construction of a decision tree, and next network diagrams, PERT, CPM, project crashing, etc. These are the topics in your 4th unit. Clear? So students, you know that the decision making is the major role of a management. The basic function of any manager in his day-to-day performance of his job is planning, organizing, controlling, monitoring, etc. Right? In all these functions, he has to take a number of decisions, whether it may be small or big. Okay? So the decision taken by a manager has a great effect on business. So the right decision will have a good effect and the wrong one may prove to be a disaster for the business. So no. In every organization, whether large or small, the person at the top management has to take some decision, right? He knows that certain events beyond his control may occur to make him regret the decision. He is uncertain about the future and unfortunate events will happen that make him regret the decision. So in such situations, students, the best possible decisions can be taken by the use of statistical method. Okay. So what are those situations and what are the statistical methods that are used in taking decisions? We shall learn in this unit. Okay. So the decisions are based on the types of information available to the decision maker. The decision maker is concerned with choosing among the available alternative course of action that will lead to the best result, right? So he has to deal with the various situations where the uncertainty of the outcome may prevail. So the decision making situations, that is decision making environments, can be discussed under the following heads. So the first situation is decision making under certainty, next decision making under uncertainty, and the decision making under risk. Okay, the decision making under certainty are easiest to operate since the decision maker has the enough information available with its definite result, so he can easily take decision under this situation. So the methods like linear programming, transportation problems, assignment model, etc., which we have discussed in our previous classes, are the methods that are used to take decision under this situation. Okay. And next, the decision making under uncertainty is a situation where the decision maker doesn't have enough information, or due to lack of past data, lack of knowledge about the probabilities of future states of nature, it's not easy for him to take the decision. For example, if a company is launching a new product, or a new plant is set up, or if a company is entering into a new market, then the decision maker doesn't know what future might hold. So no. So that situation is known as decision making under uncertainty, where the future is uncertain. So here the choice of decisions largely depends on the personality of the decision maker. Okay students. So following choices are available to the decision maker in the situation of uncertainty. So the first one is pessimism or Maximin criterion. Okay. So this criterion is used by the decision maker who is pessimistic about the future. Students, you might be knowing about this. The pessimistic or the pessimist is the person who tend to see the worst aspects of a thing, who believe that the worst will happen. So this criterion is used when the decision maker is pessimistic about the future. The pessimism and the other name is students Maximin criterion. The Maximin implies the maximization of minimum payoff, or the maximum of minimum payoff is known as Maximin criterion. Okay, Maximin means maximum of minimum. Students, here the decision maker locates the minimum payoff. Payoff means the outcome or a numerical outcome or result are said to be the payoff. He locates for the minimum payoff for each possible course of action. He locates for the minimum values, and from that minimum values he'll identify the maximum payoff, and the corresponding course of action is selected. So this criterion is known as Maximin criterion, which is nothing but maximum of minimum payoff. Okay. The next is optimism or Maximax criterion. Students, here this method is used when the decision maker is optimistic about the future. So optimistic, or the optimist, is the person who is hopeful or who is confident about the future. That person is said to be the optimist or optimistic. So here students, the Maximax implies the maximum of maximum payoff. Okay, the Maximax implies the maximization of maximum payoff. So students, here the optimistic decision maker locates the maximum payoff for each possible course of action. He locates, and the maximum of these payoff is identified, and the corresponding course of action is selected. So this criterion is known as Maximax criterion. And the next one is students Minimax criterion. The Minimax stands for minimization of maximum. Here the decision maker will select the maximum payoff from each course of action, and from that payoff he'll select the minimum payoff, and the particular course of action is selected. Clear everyone? This criterion is known as Minimax criterion, which stands for minimum of maximum payoff. Okay. The next one is Laplace criterion. In this criterion, the probability is assigned to the each payoff, so based on the states of nature. So here students, the states of nature is nothing but the future events which are not under the control of a decision maker. That is said to be the states of nature. Based on the states of nature, the probabilities are assigned to the payoff. Okay. If, for example, if there are 3 states of nature, the probability is assigned as 1 by 3. That is, probability of occurrence is equal to 1 by n. If there are n states of nature, each can be assigned as probability of occurrence is equal to 1 by n. Okay. So based on these students, based on the states of nature, the expected payoff is find out. Okay, from that expected payoff students, the maximum expected value is regarded as optimal. Okay, so this criterion is known as Laplace criterion. So the next is Hurwitz alpha criterion, which was proposed by Leonid Hurwitz. Is the combination of 2 criterion students, that is Maximin criterion and Maximax criterion. Okay, so in this case, the decision maker degree of optimism is represented by alpha. Okay, here the value of alpha varies between 0 and 1. Okay, the value of alpha should be between 0 to 1. Here, if alpha is equal to 0, it donates total pessimism, and if alpha is equal to 1, it donates total optimism. Okay, so here we have to find out the decision index by applying this formula. Okay students, so di is equal to alpha capital M I plus 1 minus alpha to mi. Here di means the decision index students. Next, alpha, here the value of alpha should be assumed between 0 to 1. Next, here it's the capital M, that is we need to take the maximum payoff plus 1 minus alpha into small m, that is minimum payoff. Okay, so for each strategy, the value of decision index is found by applying this formula, and the strategy with the highest value of the outcome is chosen. Okay, so this is Hurwitz alpha criterion. And the last one is students regret criterion. This criterion focuses upon the regret that the decision maker might have from selecting a particular course of action. So here the regret is the difference between the best payoff we could have realized and we know with the known states of nature. So students, in that particular course of action, the maximum value should be subtracted from the payoff of that course of action. Okay students, so that is also known as opportunity loss or opportunity cost. So this is the decision making under uncertainty students. You will better understand this concept by doing a problem. So this is the problem number 1. Don't get panic, student. This is really a very easy topic. Okay, so the question is, a food product company is contemplating the introduction of a new product with new packing to replace the existing product at much higher price. So this is the first strategy, that is S1. They want to introduce the new product with the new packing. And the next is, or a moderate change in the composition of existing product. Okay, they want to change the existing product with the new packaging at a small increasing price, that is S2, the second strategy. Or a small change in the composition of existing product except the word new. They want to add the word new with a negligible increase in price, that is S3. These are the three strategies given, students. The three possible states of nature. The states of nature is nothing but, students, the future events which are not under the control of a decision maker, that is said to be the states of nature. So the states of nature of events are high increase in sales, that is N1, no change in sales, that is N2, and decrease in sales, that is N3. These three are the states of nature, students, that is N1, N2 and N3, which are not under the control of a decision maker. Okay, the marketing department of a company worked out the payoff in terms of yearly new profit for each of the strategies or these events. This is represented in the following table. So this is the payoff, students, which is given by the marketing department. So payoff is nothing but the result, a numerical result or an outcome are said to be the payoff. It is estimated. So here the strategies, there are three strategies, that is S1, S2 and S3. And next there are three states of nature, that is N1, N2 and N3. Okay, so this is the payoffs. So what they are asking us to calculate, students, which strategy should the executive concerned choose on the basis of maximum criterion, Maximax criterion, Minimax criterion, Regret criterion, Laplace criterion and Hurwitz criterion. Okay, so this is the problem, students. We need to find out the best decisions by using the various methods. Okay, so student, this is the solution. The first step is we need to rewrite the payoff table properly. Students, if the states of nature, here the states of nature are N1, N2 and N3, it is given in columns, students. Okay, the states of nature should be written in rows and the strategies should be written in columns. So I am rewriting the payoff table as N1, N2, N3 as rows, students, states of nature, and next strategies in columns, that is S1, S2 and S3. Okay, so once have a look, students. For S1, the states of nature at N1 700, 300 and 150. So for S1 700, 300 and 150. Next for S2 500, 450 and 0. 500, 450, 0. Next for S3 300, 300 and 300. So S3 300, 300 and 300. Okay, clear? So I have rewritten the payoff table by bringing the states of nature in row and strategies in a column. Students, if they had directly given the states of nature in column and the strategies in row, states of nature in row and strategies in column, you need not to rewrite the payoff table. Clear, everyone? So I have rewritten the payoff table in this way. Okay, so the first criterion is maximum criterion. So the maximum criterion is nothing but, students, maximum of minimum. Okay, first we have to take the minimum payoff. We need to find the maximum of minimum. First we have to take the minimum payoffs, S1, S2 and S3. We need to take the three strategies. In the first strategy, the minimum payoff is 700, 300 and 150. In this, the minimum value is 150. In S2, the strategy 2, the minimum value is 0. And in strategy 3, the minimum value is 300. Okay, so as per maximum criterion is nothing but the maximum of minimum values. In these minimum values, which one is maximum, students? That is 300. So the maximum of this minimum is 300. Okay, so the executive, that is nothing but the manager or an executive, can choose the strategy S3. Clear, everyone? Next, number 2 is Maximax criterion, students. The Maximax is nothing but maximum of maximum. Okay, we need to take the maximum payoff. From that maximum payoff, we need to find the value, maximum value. Okay, or maximum payoff. So in this first strategy, students, in X1, the maximum payoff is 700. Okay, 700. In S2, the maximum payoff is 500. In S3, the maximum payoff is 300. So 700, 500 and 300. So Maximax is nothing but maximum of maximum. So in these three values, which one is the maximum value, students? That is 700, which is at strategy 1. So the maximum of maxima is 700. The executive can choose the strategy S1. Okay, clear? So this is the maximax criterion. And next, number 3 is minimax criterion, students. Minimax criterion is nothing but minimization of maximum, minimum of maximum. Okay, we need to take the maximum payoff. Here the maximum payoff is 700, in S2 500, S3 300. So 700, 500 and 300. So minimax means minimum of maximum. Okay, minimum of maximum. In this the minimum value, students, 300. So the executive can choose the strategy S3. Clear everyone? So this is the maximin criterion, this is the maximax criterion, and this is the minimax criterion. The thing you have to remember is that, students, maximin means maximum of minimum. Okay, next, maximax means maximum of maximum. Next, minimax means minimum of maximum. Clear everyone? So the next one is, students, regret criterion. In this we need to construct the opportunity loss table. Okay, it's very easy, students. In this opportunity loss table, the maximum payoff in that particular row should be subtracted from all the payoff in that row. Okay, so let's have a look on the payoff table, students. In the first row, that is in N1, the maximum payoff is 700. Okay, in this first row the maximum payoff is 700. You need to subtract this 700 from all the payoff. Okay, in the opportunity loss table. So 700 minus 700, 0. 700 minus 500, 200. Next, 700 minus 300, 400. Next, in the second row, students, the maximum payoff is 450. Okay, you need to subtract it from the remaining payoff in that row. So 450 minus 300, 150. 450 minus 450, 0. 450 minus 300 is 150. And next, in this row, students, the maximum payoff is 300. So 300 minus 150, 150. 300 minus 0, 0. And next, 300 minus 300 is 0. Okay, after getting the opportunity loss table, the next step is, students, we need to take the maximum values from the strategies. Okay, from in the first strategy, what is the maximum value, students? That is 150. In the next, second strategy, the maximum value is 300. And next, in the third strategy, the maximum value is 400. Okay, which is nothing but maximum and opportunity loss. For S1 it's 150, for S2 300, and for S3 is 400. The maximum regret value we have to take. Okay, from these maximum regret value, students, we need to take the minimum of maximum regret. Okay, so in these values, in these three values, the minimum value is, students, 150. So the minimum of maximum regret is 150, which is coming under strategy S1. So the executive can choose the strategy S1. Clear everyone, students? So this is the regret criterion. First we need to find the opportunity loss table, and after that we need to take the maximum regret value in those strategies, and from that maximum regret values we need to take the minimum value. Okay, here the minimum value is 150, so the executive can choose the strategy S1. Okay. The next is, students, Laplace criterion. In this criterion, we need to assign the probability of occurrence based on the states of nature. Here the probabilities of occurrence is equal to 1 by n. N means states of nature. How many states of nature we have, students? N1, N2 and N3. That is, we have 3 states of nature. So our probability will be 1 by 3. So assign equal probability, say 1 by 3 to each state of nature. Okay, to each state of nature, calculate the expected payoff by multiplying probability into payoff. For S1, students, the payoff was 700, 300 and 150. So 700 into 1 by 3, 300 into plus 300 into 1 by 3 plus 150 into 1 by 3. So 700 plus 300, 1000 plus 150, 1150 by 3 is equal to 383.33. Next, for S2, students, 500, 450 and 0. So 500 into 1 by 3, next 450 into 1 by 3, 1 by 3 into 0. So 500 plus 450, 950 by 3 is equal to 316.66. You need to show the calculation clearly, students. Next, for S3, 300, 300 and 300. So 300 into 1 by 3, 300 into 1 by 3 and next 300 into 1 by 3, that is 900 by 3 is equal to 300. Okay. After getting the expected payoff, students, in these the maximum value should be taken. So the maximum payoff is in these 3 values. Which one is the maximum, students? That is 383.33. So the maximum payoff is 383.33, which comes under the strategy S1. So for strategy S1, the executive should select the strategy S1. Clear everyone? So this is the Laplace criterion. Based on the states of nature, you have to take the probability. If there are 4 states of nature, students, you have to take the probability as 1 by 4. If there are 5 states of nature, 1 by 5. Since there are 3 states of nature, you have to take the probability as 1 by 3. Clear? And the last one is, students, Hurwitz alpha criterion. In this, students, the expected payoff is calculated by applying the formula, that is decision index di is equal to alpha mi plus 1 minus alpha into minimum value. Okay, this capital M is the maximum payoff and the small m is the minimum payoff. Okay, so here, students, if the question is silent regarding the value of alpha, we can assume any value between 0 to 1. Okay, the value of alpha should be between 0 to 1. If the question mentions the alpha should be taken 0.4, 0.6, then you have to take that value only. If the question is silent, then you can assume any value between 0 to 1. Okay, since in this question they haven't mentioned the value of alpha, so I'm assuming the value of alpha is equal to 0.6. You can take any value, student, 0, but it should be between 0 to 1. You can take either 0.4, 0.7, 0.2, it's up to you. So here I am taking alpha is equal to 0.6. Okay, if the question mentions that take the value of alpha 0.4 or 0.5, or they'll also mention as coefficient of optimism. Coefficient of optimism is also nothing but the value of alpha, students. Okay, here the question is silent, so I am taking alpha is equal to 0.6. So the formula is, we have to substitute the values in this formula. For strategy 1, di is equal to alpha, that is 0.6 into capital M, maximum payoff in the strategy 1 is, students, 700. 0.6 into 700 plus 1 minus alpha, 1 minus 0.6 into, in this first strategy, the minimum payoff is 1 into 150. So 700 into 0.6 is 420. So 1 minus 0.6 is 0.4 into 150, that is plus 60. So the payoff is 480. Okay, in the same way we need to calculate the alpha into maximum payoff in S2, that is 500. Minimum is 0. So the value is 300, and in S3 also the maximum is 300 and minimum is also 300, so the value is 300. Okay, so in these, students, the maximum value in these 3 values, the maximum value is 480. That comes under the strategy S1. So the maximum value is 480. The executive can choose the strategy S1. So this is the way of calculating Hurwitz alpha criterion. Okay, this is the problem number 1 on decision making under uncertainty, students. Okay, isn't it so easy? So in this problem, students, I have rewritten the payoff table where the states of nature I have taken in rows and the strategies in column. Students, if you don't want to rewrite the payoff table, then you can also calculate this maximum and minimum criteria from this payoff table also. Here I have gone through the column wise, students. For example, in this maximum criterion, I have taken the minimum payoff in first column 150, second column minimum payoff is 0, and in third column the minimum payoff is 300. But you can also go through like this, students. You have to go here in a row. Okay, here I have went in a column, here you had to go in a row if you don't rewrite the payoff table. Okay, but in many books they have written the payoff table in this way, students, that the states of nature should be written in rows and strategies should be written in columns. Okay, if you don't want to write, then you have to go it in row wise, students. In the first row, first strategy, the minimum payoff is 150, second strategy is 0, and third strategy is 300. The answer will be same. In the maximum criterion, maximum payoff, in the first row the maximum value is 700, second row the maximum value is 500, and the third row the maximum value is 300. In this way also you can calculate, but it's better you rewrite the payoff table. Okay, this is the problem number 2, students. The research department of consumer products division has recommended to the marketing department to launch a soap with 3 different perfumes. The marketing manager has to decide the type of perfume to launch under the following estimated payoff for the various level of sales. Okay, the estimated level of sales that is given in units, that is 20,000, 10,000 and 2,000, and the types of perfumes to be used, that is perfume 1, 2 and 3. Okay, this is the expected payoff. Clear everyone, students? So here they are asking us to calculate, examine which type can be chosen under Maximin Labs Laplace regret criterion. Okay, so here students, state of nature is nothing but the estimated level of sales. Okay, the sales are nothing but the events which are out of control of a decision maker. Clear everyone? So state of nature is nothing but the future events which are not under the control of a decision maker. So in the same way, the sales are not under the control of a decision maker. So this estimated level of sales is the state of nature, and the types of perfumes to be used is nothing but the strategies or actions taken by the company. Okay, based on the level of sales. Clear everyone? This is the problem number 2, students. I have rewritten the payoff table. Here the level of sales is nothing but the states of nature, that is estimated level of sales at 20,000, 10,000 and 2,000 units. Next, the types of perfumes to be used, which was given in rows, I have written in columns 1, 2 and 3. So students, the types of perfume, at first perfume 250, 15, 10. 250, you have to write in column wise 250, 15, 10. Okay, next 40, 25, 40, 25, next 60, 25, 3, 60, 25, 3 are the payoffs given. Okay, they are asking us to calculate the to take the decision under maximax criterion. So maximax criterion is nothing but, student, maximum of maximum. Maximax means maximum of maximum. So first we have to take the maximum payoff. In the first type, students, maximum value is 250. In the second type, the maximum value is 40. Here the maximum payoff is 60. So first type 250, second 40, third 60. So here we are in maximax, that is maximum of maximum. In these maximum values, which one is the maximum value, students? 250. So maximum of maximum is 250, which comes under type 1 perfume. So select type 1 perfume. Okay, next, maximin criterion. Okay, maximin criterion is nothing but maximum of minimum. Maximin means maximum of minimum. We need to take the minimum payoff. In this first type, minimum payoff is 10, here 5, here 3. So 10, 5, 3. So in this minimum payoff, what is the maximum payoff, students? The maximum of minimum is 10. Okay, in these 3, the maximum value is 10. The same way we did in a previous problem. So it comes under the first perfume. So select type 1 perfume. Okay, next, and the third one is, students, Laplace criterion. We need to assign the probability of occurrence based on the number of states of nature. Here how many states of nature are there, students? There are 3 states of nature, so our probability will be 1 by 3. Okay, so for type 1 perfume, 250 into 1 by 3. Next, plus 15 into 1 by 3 plus 10 into 1 by 3. So 275 by 3 is 91.67. Same, 40 into 1 by 3, 20 into 1 by 3, 5 into 1 by 3. Okay, 21.67. Type 3, 60 into 1 by 3, 25 into 1 by 3, 3 into 1 by 3, that is 29.33. So in these 3 values, students, the maximum expected payoff for type is for type 1. Okay, in these 3 values, the maximum value is 91.67. So it comes under the type 1. So maximum expected payoff is type 1. So choose type 1 perfume. Clear? Last one is regret criterion. Students, we need to construct an opportunity loss table. So here we need to take the maximum payoff in that row. Okay, and subtract it from all the payoff in that row. So in first row, students, the maximum payoff is 250. So 250 minus 250, 0. 250 minus 40, 210. 250 minus 60, 190. Okay, in the second row, the maximum payoff is 25. 25 minus 15, 10. 25 minus 25. 25 minus 25 is 0. In the third row, the maximum payoff is 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. 5. 10 minus 5 is 5. 10 minus 3 is 7. Okay, so in these we need to take the maximum regret. Okay, so maximum and opportunity loss. In the first type, the maximum regret here is 10. Next, in here the maximum regret is 210. In the third type, the maximum regret is 190. Okay, after taking the maximum regret values, from that maximum regret values, we need to take the minimum regret. Okay, we need to consider the minimum of maximum regret. So in these three maximum regret values, which one is the minimum, students? That is 10. So the minimum of maximum regret is 10. So type 1 perfume is preferred. Clear? These are the 2 problems on decision making under uncertainty, students. I hope you guys understood the topic. In our next class, we shall continue a topic, that is decision making under risk. Okay.